All right, Pisces, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the 2nd through the 8th of November. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. So if you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because your sign might be different. All right, Pisces, so this week we've got a lot of shifts and changes taking place. We've got Venus and Mars conjoining, and when they do, they go into your 7th house of relationships and one-on-one connections. There's already been a lot of energy here. In fact, Sun and Mercury transiting that 7th house. This is where the last new moon was, so continuing with those new beginnings this week involving those connections. But a drive, a motivation, assertiveness, perhaps to pursue or continue to unfold and embellish your existing relationships so that they can be more enjoyable. Mars is our motivation or drive, our assertion, but Venus is what we enjoy in life. So enjoying those things. Now, Venus does naturally rule your 3rd house and your 8th house, and so there is a drive and motivation to maybe express yourself, communicate, connect to the deeper aspects of life at the beginning of the week. And Mars does rule your 9th and your 2nd, so maybe even enjoying those simple pleasures, the finances, the material aspects, as well as the philosophical or adventurous spirits of life, since Mars rules your 9th and your 2nd. So that's on Monday, and that's a shift there, especially in the relationship sector. Now, on Tuesday, Jupiter opposes up to Chiron exact, so this is your traditional ruler, very important here for healing. Now, I feel like it's going to come across as quite benefic because it is, Jupiter, but this does, of course, depend on our personal chart. So in either way, in either case, there is this emphasis on healing, and I feel like the more open you are about learning about yourself, learning about, in this case, your crafts, your developments, your work environment, and even also your career as well, will be more of this healing energy taking place. And that's the balance that's been about, you getting that alone time, that meditative time to reflect on and heal. In this case, matters relating to self and career and, your work life. Now, all of that has been quite expansive, actually, because Jupiter is always expanding and creating opportunities here. So for the next year, continuous growth and expansion to get the health, the diet, the routine, the self-improvement, learn more about, how to improve your current sort of crafts and abilities and skills and things like that, so that you can be of more service, of course, so that you can enjoy more of the more practical, grounded aspects of life and really channel in the spirituality that we're here to ground in in this life, which is seen by the 6th house opposite the 12th. So just in a nutshell, though, I think on Tuesday and then from Tuesday onward, there's this sort of rejuvenation. And I think just the more open you are to learning about self, learning about self-improvement, and also your career will just be more fuel to that healing sort of energy. Then around Wednesday and Thursday, we do have the Sun sextiling up to Pluto, at which time the Sun shifts into your 8th house. So there's a shift into the more deeper aspects of life now with the Sun. For the next few weeks, this is where we're going to have the next new moon. And with the sextile up to Pluto, it's really getting rid of some old things. So what's very nice about this is it's a positive energy from Pluto to get rid of any old fears, any old doubts, any old insecurities, which I think can come quite naturally again, since it is an easy aspect, and focusing on what's really meaningful to you, how to connect to perhaps these relationships on that deeper level, more meaningful level, how to do that self-improvement and growth and all of that, which is so important in life. And naturally through that, that'll make the space for this new moon, which will be next week in that 8th house. Now, with that as well, Mercury is trining modern ruler Neptune. So there is this support here for those relationships and going with the flow and taking it easy. Maybe the spiritual time out, that space in relationships, which is so important. But doing meditative things together, spiritual things, whatever it might be. This is new relationships, existing relationships, all types of ones. It could be spouse, it could be significant others, it could be friends, whatever it might be. And naturally through that, a good spiritual connectivity there, a good imagination as well. Could be very creative also, and romantic if that's the case. And you can always bring that romantic spirit into, the existing relationships. So that's going to be the Thursday, Friday sort of emphasis. And those are the last major aspects of the week, in fact. But the week does end with Saturday and Sunday, Venus going over that north node. So there is more shift, more changes happening with those connections, with meeting people, etc. And it's taking it slow. It's all part of this life path, which has been for the past 2 years. But I think you can enjoy that. I think you can learn quite a bit through those one-on-one connections and learn quite a bit about life in general. Venus does rule your 3rd and your 8th house, and there's going to be shifts and changes to how you see things, how you communicate, how you exchange information, as well as the deeper aspects of life. But that's going to be mostly next week when we have this conjunction and the new moon in the 8th. This week, a strong emphasis is, I think, on the assertiveness in relationships, self-expression there, drive, motivation, and the enjoyment of those one-on-one connections, as well as a shift into a focus on what's really meaningful and deep to you in life and implementing that energy into the other areas as well. All right, Pisces, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.